Good afternoon. My name is Angel Barba, and I'll be giving you a speech over the moral value of cloning, saving lives through science. This is my Aunt Alejandra, my Aunt Maricela, my Aunt Maria, my Mom Imelda, and my other Aunt Maria. Imagine in a world in the future in which cloning, a single scientific discovery, would allow us to reverse organ failure and cure cancer, saving millions of lives every year. To convince my audience that cloning is morally acceptable, since it can lead to better disease treatments and medical advancements that could save countless lives in the future. Through extensive research on cloning, ethical debates, and medical applications, I now understand the scientific process of this amazing technique, but also the many moral concerns about it. Cloning offers significant life-saving medical advancements. Proper regulation can reduce ethical concerns about cloning. When properly applied, it is a good for humanity because it would allow us to become more, it would help us treat these diseases, making it morally acceptable. First, let's look into how cloning technologies might impact medical practices in the future. Cloning offers significant life-changing advancements. Long waiting lists for organ donors may be eliminated overnight if they would allow them to use the scientific technique of cloning. Imagine in the future when you have organ failure, and that organ that is transplanted is yours, genetically yours. That would reduce the risk of organ rejection and complications, making it much easier and simpler transplant. This procedure would raise the standards of healthcare globally, ensuring the lives of hundreds of thousands of lives. By producing identical cells for experimentation, cloning enables researchers to examine these rare diseases more precisely by studying these cloned cells. Scientists could create better treatments in faster times and comprehend how each disease functions and how it originated. This increased understanding speeds up the search of treatments and could help save millions of lives in the future. Let's talk about ethical and moral concerns about the topic that people have frequently brought up in terms of cloning, and now we recognize of the medical advantages. Proper regulation can help reduce the ethical concerns about cloning. Laws and stringent ethical standards, however, can stop abuse while preserving the safety of medical research. Cloning can only be used in life-saving medical procedures under strict supervision and laws. Cloning can only, because they think it will result in unethical experimentation of human cloning, many people are afraid of this unique medical technique. Misconceptions of cloning are that often caused by public anxiety. Cell and tissues are the only thing that are recreated in cloning. It is not possible to create an entire human being out of just the cloned cells, allowing this technique to be more safe than running the risk of genetic ruin. Cloning can be kept a safe and moral scientific technique by educating the public and upholding our laws. While there are concerns, responsible science can make cloning a moral good rather than a moral bad. Cloning is morally acceptable when used responsibly for human benefit. It should always be regarded as a morally right to save lives and ease the suffering of those who are suffering. Cloning technology serves as a humanification function which aids in the treatment of illnesses and restoration of damaged organs. Our society's highest moral ideals are in line with the use of science and preserve and cure life. Humans initiate the desire to invent and enhance life's knowledge, reflected in cloning. It is not about playing God, but rather about developing wisdom and empathy for those who are suffering. Cloning becomes a reflection of moral responsibility rather than moral failure when it is done with ethics and care. So as we close, let's remember how cloning's true potential lies in compassion and progress of the human race. Cloning has the potential to transform medicine and save many lives than what we do now. Education and regulation can be used to address this ethical issue when talking about cloning. When morality and accountability are applied, cloning can be a force of good rather than a force of bad. Cloning is a chance to embrace science for the benefit of humanity, not a morally repugnant act. The idea of using cloning to save lives and cure illnesses is not merely science fiction. It is a noble idea worth pursuing. Woo!